Hello everyone, I hope you are having a great day today. Merciless Vaughn here, back with another Bleach Brave Souls video, and in this one we're going to be talking about whether you should summon or skip the Swimsuit Zenith Summons Sunshine banner. So yeah, we're going to go over the 3 new characters a bit more in detail and talk about the featured units as well. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to the channel or you have been here for a while, please consider subscribing and help me get to 550 subscribers. Now with all that said, let us go ahead and get started. So first things first, we have 3 new units here. They're okay. I do like the Yorichi. Yorichi, she is very good. She's a brave battle unit. The only bad thing about Yorichi is I will say that she doesn't have a berserker and that her frenzy +3 is locked in Guild Quest. That's really the only couple of bad things that I really don't like about this unit, but frenzy +2 is base. That's fine. Every unit nowadays should be getting this. But she does have the basic killer effect and range damage increased skills in Guild Quest as well. She does have the increased status element chance against Soul Reapers, and she does have the status element spiritual pressure boost 80%. So as long as you're going against Soul Reapers, you'll be able to proc this skill a bit more, which is great. She is immune to 1 status element, that is paralysis. Her devastation is pretty high at 70%. She also does have a base full stamina damage boost of 20% as an innate skill, which is good. Damage to drain enemies 40%. She also does have the Killer Plus, which is Soul Reaper Killer Plus. And she also does have Drained Plus, which is also good as well. She does have a massive spiritual pressure boost on self. Now, the massive spiritual pressure boost is just a 50% boost. As you can see here, blast an aura around oneself that increases spiritual pressure boost by 50% for 10 seconds. And the cooldown is 60 seconds. So yeah, not too bad. So while you have your EX move up and the spiritual pressure boost up, you'll have 130% spiritual pressure boost. Not too bad. That's kind of in between the highest and the lowest. We can pretty much go. The highest being 180, the absolute lowest being 80%, but then there's also some units that can go to 120% spiritual pressure boost. So there's that as well. Overall, she will be a great Guild Quest unit, and she'll be definitely usable outside of Guild Quest as well. Next up here, the next unit, basically just mainly a farming unit, Willy. Weaken plus on all of her attacks as well. She does have some increased resource drop skills here, and she has a lot of team/party buffs here. For the heart attribute, which is character strong attack damage 20%, special move damage 30%, and damage to status element affected enemies 30%. So overall, a pretty good unit. This is probably a unit that you can pretty much take into epic raids and also co-op IT, but I think you'll probably benefit more from being in epic raids just because of the amount of team/party skills this unit has here and the amount of just regular pots you can get to. If I'm not mistaken, you can get yeah, about 15 right, yeah, 15 mind link slot potions and also 47% increased mind droplet drops, because it's 5 and 17% in the soul traits, and that is being added to what's in their skills, the mind droplet drop being 30% and the mind link slot potions being 10%. So yeah, that's pretty good, a really good farming unit. This unit does have a berserker being at 50%, frenzy +2 is great. This unit also has the status element shared immunity. Well, it was called something else way back when it was first introduced. They just renamed it to all status elements minus 100% shared. So there's that, a pretty good unit. So here up next we have the Masaki here, who is a melee normal attack unit. Her strong attack 2 has a boost on it. All her attacks except for SA2 have lacerate plus, and she also has the Espada Killer plus. She's also a Guild Quest unit, as you can see here. She gets Flurry +2 in Guild Quest, so that means outside of it she'll only have Flurry +1. So you'll mainly want to use this unit in Guild Quest. Unlike the Yorichi, she can get away with being used outside of Guild Quest though. Take a look at here. Yep, Espada Killer plus. Soul trait normal attack damage plus 35% here. 50% chance to dodge ranker damage. Bruiser is high at 80%, long reach is great, increased status element chance against rankers, poise, booster, enhancer, immune to the weakened status element, and then the increased effects here while being in Guild Quest, and then Flurry +1 and +2 in Guild Quest. So definitely the Masaki is the weakest unit in this banner, I do think, while the Orichi is the strongest. And then we have the character pool here, which unfortunately doesn't have the previous swimsuit units except for her right here. All the other units are pretty much seasonal units. I don't know why they only put like the swimsuit meninas in here, but they could have put the other ones in here. But I mean, that's okay. I mean, if you don't have any of these units, then, you know, this is a chance to just pull them because they don't really appear in the premium pool. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the featured units in the banner. We have this seasonal Isane here. Speed, a ranker killer unit with a soul trait of crystal / jewel drop plus 30%. Melee unit, drain on all of her attacks and also have a revive on her soul bomb. Pretty good. Enemies defeated bonuses. You can just pretty much see the bonuses you get for defeating the required number of enemies. Innate skills, Sprinter, Guard Break plus hit enemies, Havoc, Berserker 50%, reduce strong attack cooldown 12%, all status elements resistance, increase super power link slot potions plus 10%, increase power link slot potions plus 5, did I say 10%? Just 10. Increase power droplet drop 30%, frenzy plus 2, defibrillator plus 2, increase status element chance against power attribute enemies, demonstrating enemies 40%. And status element spiritual pressure boost. So honestly, not a pretty bad unit. If you do something that's better and manage to pick up this unit, should be very good. Up next, we have the Nimue here, who is a power Quincy killer unit. Her soul trait is going to be normal attack damage plus 35%. Range unit with no status elements on any of her attacks. She has a boost and a barrier on her SA2. She does have the gauge effect, which gives her 100% berserker and flurry plus 1 while it is active. Innate skills, sprinter, long reach damage, decrease Quincy damage taken 20%, start gauge 70%, bruiser is 85%, reduce strong attack cooldown 12%, all status element resistance, gauge rampage, flurry plus 1, enhancer, poise, multi-barrier plus 2, sharpshooter, and booster. So not a pretty solid unit if you ask me. I mean, it's range and add units, you can never go wrong with those, and this is going to be a pretty strong unit, especially with some dupes. Up next, we'll have the swimsuit meninas, who will be 1 year old when this banner drops. Mind unit with the Quincy killer, soul trait, super heart, link slot potions plus 5. Range unit, no status elements, a boost, a heal and a barrier on the SA2 here. Innate skills, sprinter, guard break plus pierce iron skin, havoc 20%. Bruiser is going to be 50%, reduce strong attack cooldown 12%, immune to all status elements, and that is shared. Increase coin drop 100%, increase super heart link slot potions plus 10. Increase heart link slot potions plus 5, frenzy plus 2. Increase damage to enemies not affected by element 100%, multi-barrier plus 2, and medic. So yeah, this would be a good unit that you can use in some co-op content. Just having a barrier and a heal on the SA2 is really great. And the increased resources skills are good too. Not to mention, if you really don't want to use this unit, you can just link them up to any mind attribute character you want and just, just get those super link slot potions. Up next, we have this Momo here, who is a mind unit with the Soul Reaper killer. Soul trait, heart droplet drop plus 30%. Ranged unit, no status elements on any of her attacks, and she does have a boost on her SA2. Innate skills, sprinter, havoc, 50% chance to dodge Soul Reaper damage. Berserker 60%. Reduce strong attack cooldown 12%. All status elements resistance. Increase heart drops blitz 10. Increase heart droplet drop 50%. Frenzy plus 1. Increase damage to enemies not affected by the element 100%. Enhancer, guard break, and booster. Okay unit you can use if you need droplets. The bad thing is frenzy plus 1. That's really just it. Up next, we have this Orihime, who is a speed hollow killer unit. Soul trait, strong attack recharge time minus 12%. Range unit, paralysis on all of her attacks except her SA2. There is a boost and a barrier on there. Innate skills, sprinter, guard break, full stamina only, reduce strong attack cooldown 6%. Bruiser 20%, berserker and devastation both at 20%. Immune to all status elements, and that is shared. Havoc, frenzy, defibrillator plus 5 seconds, enhancer, multi-barrier plus 2, and then booster. A pretty solid unit. The only bad thing I will have to say is that, you know, frenzy +1 is just not good. But this unit is a few years old now. Alright, so the last featured unit on this banner will be this Rukia here, who is a Technique Quincy Killer unit with a Soul Trade of Strong Stat Recharge Time -14%. Range unit, Frost and Lacerate on all of her attacks. She's immune to Poison, Guard Break, Damage Frozen Enemies 40%. Bruiser and Devastation, both at 40%, Frenzy +1, Defibrillator +5 seconds. Increased status summon chance against Speed Attribute Quincy's, Team/Party increase. Technique Attribute Soul Reaper damage to status summon affected enemies 40%, Weakened Defense, and Sprinter. Yeah, the last couple of units are a few years old at this point, so they probably won't be as good as some of the units that we've recently gotten. And so that's pretty much it. We went over the 3 new characters a bit more in detail, and we also went over the featured units. If you decide to summon on this banner, it wouldn't be too much of a bad idea. The swimsuit units are okay. I do think the Masaki is kind of a little bit lackluster, but she'll be good in Guild Quest. As for the other featured units, I think after the swimsuit Meninas, they just kind of fall off. They're not really all that good in my opinion, but the first 3 are going to be pretty good. Another good thing about this unit is 26 step up banner, so at steps 25 you do get the guaranteed choose a new character's ticket. At steps 5, 10, 15, and 20, you are guaranteed one of the featured 5-star units. And since there are only 6 other featured units on this banner, you know, you'll have a pretty high chance of pulling the newer units and some of the other units as well. Another bad thing about this banner is there's only one previous swimsuit unit on here. Usually these swimsuit banners have the other swimsuit units on them. So if you kind of missed out those units from last year that you weren't able to pull, you're kind of missing out on them again this year. But other than that, yeah, if you choose to summon, good luck on your summons. I'm skipping because we are less than a month away from the 10th anniversary of Bleach Brave Souls. But, you know, these are your orbs. You do whatever you want with them. If any of these characters are your favorite from the Bleach series and you would like to have them, by all means, go ahead and summon. They are your orbs. You do whatever you want with them. If something makes you happy, you know, just go ahead and summon if it makes you happy. Or if you just want to have fun with a game and summon on the banner, by all means go ahead. Games are meant to be played to have fun, so just do whatever you want. And yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. And as usual, until next time.